Msichoke, msimame kwenye foleni, muhakikishe kwamba tumeweza piga kura jinsi vile katiba inasema. Asante. Thank you. So nyinyi msiingie, nyinyi simameni hapa. Nyinyi simameni hapa, tuingie na kamera peke yake. Nyinyi msiingie please. Salam. How are you?
Yes.
Salam.
Kabisa.
Yo. How are you? Salam. Tunakuja kuangalia vile mambo yanaendelea. Yes. How are you? What's the turnout? So far, how many people? 64. Oh, okay, that's good. Hello. Which party? Yes, which party? And which party? Federal, and you?
First of all, congratulate the people of Kalou for turning out in large numbers. As you can see, we have witnessed and unprecedented very historic moment in this constituency, whereby initially there was some insinuation.
What you're doing here is like we're in confusion in terms of politics. There, the what are they called? The posters, billboard, one place. If you want to do meetings, do town hall. No bribery, no nothing like that. So while we appreciate where we are, where we want to
just to come and
as a democracy,
demonstrate and
yes, where we are today, because you can't compare obviously from where we have come from. But a lot needs to be done. As we had said, as my brother had said about civic education, how to train the politicians themselves, to train even the voters, the people who are the agents who will be taking care of the elections. I think these are some of the things that will help us as a country to help us as we move forward. And also, change of mind, change of attitude of us as voters. Because I want to think about that by-election we are watching there of Kalou. Why do we have a very big number of voters today? What do you think it's the reason? Is it because of the developments? Is it because of the money? Is it because of following a certain political party? What factor specifically is pushing those people to vote in a certain direction? If you listen, the political question in 2027, I can tell you, it will still be about the economy, as it was in 2022. You know why? Mm-hmm. The current voter is more awoke than they were last time. If you look at since 2024 of the finance bill of the Gen Zs, even people in the village know there's something like finance bill. Finance bill has been there all the years, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. People are now more awoke, and they are really pushing into accountability of our leaders and following all these things. So even if you see them following on the issues of finance bill, it also tells you they are also keen on development. Which leader, in as much as huyu ametupea pesa, labda huyu hata kama hana pesa ndio tunaona anaweza badilisha maisha yetu. So as we move to 2027, I want to tell you, don't be shocked when you see such kind of turnout, because people are weak and they know what they want and what they don't want as well.
All right. And not a very interesting topic that you raised there on issues, security and security concerns. The numbers given by Police Inspector General Douglas Kanja place the police number at over 1,000 of them, sent to Kalou. Other opposition figures have mentioned different numbers, including around 2,000, which fits within the bracket of over 1,000. might be factual, might be stretched truths. Mm-hmm. However, these are very large numbers in comparison to what we've had dispersed before to areas that are having a by-election or even during elections. And there's been concerns of voter intimidation. Probably to start with Marcus here and get their perspective from Ilog, what would have been the observations from your end?
Well, I think for us as ELOG, we appreciate the fact that the government, whose responsibility is to maintain peace and order, has recognized, I think for me it's more of a recognition from the government's point of view that we have seen the pre-election period. We have observed and listened to some of the issues that the campaign period has brought out. And like I said, the incidents of violence that has been observed there, the questions around undue influence that we have observed there, together with concerns that have been raised by a number of other actors that if we are left alone, there likely to be violence here. So the fact that they have deployed security personnel to Kalou, I think for me it's a good thing. If they deployed, people complain. If they don't deploy, people complain. So I think we must strike a balance that the government's responsibility is to maintain peace and order. However, I would like also to note that I think Kenyans also read too much into some of these actions by government of the day, because at what point do you say that we have militarized our polling stations? Is the heavy presence of security personnel in an electoral environment likely to make...
Renew any gaming sub or find a new one on G2A.com. All in seconds. Game Pass, PS Plus, top MMOs, you name it. See our full offer now.
That's the reason why now we are safe. We see police around. Could also be meaning that the government is out to intimidate us by the guns that we see. But I think as a matter of practice, David, mm-hmm. It is important to appreciate the fact that the presence of security personnel in an electoral area is good. And in any case, let us also be very careful that I think this is the only by-election happening in the country. Yeah. So there is no, like last time we had, like in November, we had some in Hawaii County. So there are a number of by-elections. Again, because of resources, they were divided. But I think that now this is the only election. ELOG, IEBC, other actors saying that we need serikali peana security in all Kalou, and they have done it. So people are reading it in different lenses. And I like what you put there, the vote that could shape Ruto and Gachagwa's 2027 race. That's a very good catchphrase that I can see it from there. And this is exactly, so depending on where you sit, the presence of police, depending on whether you sit with Ruto or Gachagua, you see it from a different lens. But I think for me, as a Kenyan really, I think the presence of security personnel is good insofar as their job is to provide security, peace, and maintain peace and order. That's what I would say. Thanks.
Ruth?
It's really interesting because first, the country has to come out of this euphoria of elections, because it's like everyone is in all Kalou for the last 2 weeks, We really have to come to an end of that. And of course, yes, deployment of police is a good thing to ensure that it comes to an end. And actually, to ensure even the voter protection is there, and to ensure that observers like him can be able to tell whether the election was free and fair. So some of those things are good. More so because we've seen legislators previously saying that they were attacked, they were, to avoid all those attack shenanigans and things that weren't looking so good the last 1 week. So I think the deployment of police will be able to curb some of those things that we've seen the last few days. But more so, we have seen a lot of camping of all the whole country has been camping in all Kalou, So I think it's high time people also go back to work. We cannot, we have to end this. I like something that Bosco said about coincidence. And one of the things that we can see the interest, the enforcement of police and everyone is because it can be a game changer. And of course right now we all know it's a 2-horse race. Yeah, and the way that things look right now, as you can see, it can swing either way. It's 50-50. It can be 50-50 if, because you can tell the strength of the constituency right now to prove political being the kingpin, of the way the politics is going to go going forward. So with that in mind, I think the security bit brings a lot of sobriety. However, I hope that whatever we are seeing right now is going to continue till the end of the day, until the wee hours of the night. I went somewhere and people were speaking about public participation, and they said public participation, they would sit and be allowed to wait until around 7 p.m., 8 p.m., and it will start around 9 p.m. and my gender will have to go home because they cannot wait any longer, and they are the most. And public participation would happen and end around 1 a.m., and only a few people who have border would be left.
Maybe by design. By
design. So I hope that is not the case that is going to be in all Kalou today and election. And because this panel has praised highly IEBC, I can come just now to back that up, that the IEBC will do the work that needs to be done. And I'm happy that the rumors that were there, IEBC is going to postpone this election, are not there any longer. So if everything ceteris paribus is going to make the country look good and everyone can go back to work, the CSs have been there, the politicians have been there, the MPs have been there, everyone has been there. Where is everyone else? Where are the needs of the other 50 million Kenyans being taken into consideration? And now everyone needs to go back to work so that we can be a working nation, and we are just at the start of a new financial government year. So we need to go back to work, because by the end of this financial year of the government, we'll just be getting back to election. So there's a lot at stake, and being a pre-election year, we do not want to live also to the hype of the euphoria of an election. So yes, deployment was good.
Yeah, I agree with my colleagues also, because I think it's good to leave the police to do their job as they have been doing, because also, as my sister said, the stakes here are high. Lately, each and every politician has their own goon, and so I come with my goon, you come with yours, they clash, and there is chaos. This is a very good way of securing the by-election, securing the Kalou, securing the lives, the property, because whatever would happen here would give us direction, even in terms of violence, what will happen in 2027. So I think whoever was not here in 2027, in 2007, may not understand where we have come from. I mean, you have seen that we were here. This Nairobi, we could not move. People would even beat you up, the police kid you, and landlords would be snatched their houses, and people would not, touched houses, those funny things. We may not want to go that direction. The other day, people were complaining about police barricading roads during Maandamano. I would support that, because lately, there is no Maandamano that it's peaceful as it is supposed to be in the Constitution. Here, my brother here, team, organizes a very noble, a very well calculated and meaning well, something which is very important for the society as a petition, or to take petition to the government with the Maandamano. Then some goons come from nowhere, they start beating them, So I think it's the right thing that the government is doing in terms of securing this area, because if we allow this violence to start now, it may go, we are just a year to the election. It will spill from here, then go to Sabasaba, to something else, Gen Z anniversary, and it will be chaotic. So I support that. However, let there be limitations as well. A policeman should not be seen carrying, doing voting and influencing this and that. Because if it was not done this way, I remember there were some leaders in the other by-elections, especially also in Better North. Even a whole principal was slapping a voter, in a polling station that is not even where he votes. So I think that is now controlled in this area. So I think it's a positive thing to have deployed. About the numbers, whether it's 2,000 of where politicians are saying, it's only the government who can tell us what the numbers are.
All right, the area regional commissioner spoke earlier, and they mentioned that they had deployed, informed by IEBC and their needs, and probably just to have a look and a picture of the numbers that would paint the decision of deployment by IEBC is that in all Kalou we have a total number of voters standing at 73,480 of them. All of them are going to be voting in 144 polling stations that are currently distributed within at least 5 wards. And the distribution within the 5 wards is at Rurie ward we have 33 polling stations, at Kanjwiri Ridge we have 32, in Kalou we have 27, Kaimbaga we have 27, as well as Mirangine there are 25 polling stations. Remember, the distribution of police officers usually within a polling station are at least 2 per polling station at the.
Upgrade your morning routine without breaking the bank. Get your essential small appliances at Jumia, starting from just 1,200 shillings. Shop now, limited units available.
Police officers whose intention would be to quell violence or any other form of electoral misconduct before it really escalated. We continue with this conversation right here, and we'll be coming back, but for now allow us to take this short commercial break. We will be back for the wall-to-wall coverage that continues right here on K24 TV. Don't go far.
TV, our shared experience.
Welcome. That is the World Cup. maharagwe, wakaweza kuleta fujo sana kule, lakini watu wetu waliweza kuhakikisha kwamba fujo hiyo imekuwa calm down, na watu wa Kalou ni watu wa amani. Tuko na uhakika tunaenda kuibuka washindi, na kusema tu kwamba hii itakuwa funzo kwa hii serikali ya kiimla.
Kuna mama moja amekaa kwenye laini zaidi ya saa moja, anasema kwa foleni yao haisongi, mara sijui msikiti imekataa. Ungesema kusema
ni ukweli. Tumeangalia katika polling stations za kadha na sio zote, utapata kwamba hiyo kimskit inaenda polepole, sio kwa sababu ya system yao, kwa sababu ya vidole za wamama wazee kidogo zinachukua muda kidogo kupata hiyo fingerprint. Lakini tumeongea na IBC, they'll be able to even provide a special kimskit for the elderly so that they do not line up for a very long time. Tungependa kuhimiza wamama wetu wazee, vijana, hata ikichukua muda gani, tafadhalini msichoke, msimame kwenye foleni, muhakikishe kwamba tumeweza piga kura jinsi vile katiba inasema. Asante. Thank you.
So nyinyi msiingie, nyinyi simameni hapa, simameni hapa, tuingie na kamera peke yake. You'll see you, please. Salam. How are you?
Yes.
Salam.
Kabisa.
Yeah. How are you? Salam. Kuja kuangalia vile mambo yanaendelea. Yes. How are you? What's the turn-ups? So far, how many people? 64. Oh, okay, that's good. Hello. Which party? Yes, which party? And you, which party? Federal, and you?
Shooter. So far so good. We want to first of all congratulate the people of Kalou for turning out in large numbers. As you can see, we have witnessed and precedented a very historic moment in this constituency, whereby initially there was some insinuation of police intimidation, but the people have gone against the grain and woken up in high spirits to come and vote. As you can see, we have all cadre of people coming in. We have the elderly, we have the middle-aged, we have the young people who have praised the morning dew just to come and demonstrate and exercise their democratic right. We have also seen that IBC were able to open up the polling stations in good time. All we want to urge our people that the Kim's kit is a little bit slow, but just to urge IBC to make sure they rectify any technicalities that we are facing right now. But just to encourage our people of Kalou to stick to the line. however long it takes to be on that line, kindly do it for Kenyans, because these are moments whereby all Kenyans are going to witness how government has been pumping in resources against the law, against the code of conduct, election code of conduct. But I'm sure that the people of Kalou will disappoint them. We have had incidences last evening. We had some incidents whereby plain police officers were attacked a village, but were able to calm that down and to report that everything is okay, save of vehicles, government vehicles moving around without number plates. We have asked our people that we will not allow any government vehicle or any vehicle whatsoever to move around without identification. The same applies to the police officers who have been deployed here today. We want all the police officers to be accountable of their action, and therefore we will be demanding that all police officers must ensure that they display their force number to the citizenry of Kalou. Otherwise, I want to say that from the pulse, the election pulse, I can confidently say that DCP is the party to watch. Of course, with a little bit attempt of competition from Jubilee Party, and then the rest can follow. Yeah.
Kufikia sasa na imani kuwa mchakato unaendelea kwa
mimi naona so far so good. Hatuna tatizo lolote. Ni kuhimiza tu kwamba wale polisi waweze kujitambulisha. Kwa sababu tumeona kuna polisi wengine ambao wanatembea bila vitambulisho zao na bila uniform. Tungependa wavalie zile gwanda za polisi, kwa sababu hatutaki kuona, hatujui kutofautisha kati ya polisi na gundu. So tunataka tafadhali polisi wote, make sure you identify yourself. Hatakuwa na fujo yoyote. Jana jioni kidogo tu ndio kuna watu walijaribu kwenda pale kijiji fulani ambapo chief alikuwa anagawa mchele na maharagwe, wakaweza kuleta fujo sana kule, lakini watu wetu waliweza kuhakikisha kwamba fujo hiyo imekuwa calm down, na watu wa Kalou ni watu wa amani. Tuko na uhakika tunaweza kubuka ushindi na kusema tu kwamba hii itakuwa funzo kwa hii serikali ya jimla.
Kuna mama mmoja amekaa
ni ukweli tumeangalia katika polling stations za kadha na sio zote, utapata kwamba hiyo King's Kit inaenda polepole, sio kwa sababu ya system yangu, kwa sababu ya vidole za wamama wazee kidogo zinachukua muda kidogo kupata hiyo fingerprint, lakini tumeongea na IBC, they'll be able to even provide a special King's Kit for the elderly so that they do not line up for a very long time. Tungependa kuhimiza wamama wetu, wazee, vijana, hata ikichukua muda gani, tafadhalini msichoke, msimame kwenye foleni, kuhakikisha kwamba tumeweza piga kura jinsi vile katiba inasema. Secondly, I also want to urge the police officers, especially those in plain not to intimidate voters, because we've seen so many vehicles here without number plates, and we've told our people that any vehicle that has no number plate is therefore suspect to activity that may want to deploy this election. So we want to call upon the residents of Kalou in high spirits, make sure you vote, also guard your vote?
No, I got complaints yesterday that deployment was somewhat more deployment and spoke to intimidation. Seemingly a huge turnout.
Of course, these are paranoid governments. A government that fears itself, a government that does not have confidence in itself. That is why they over-deploy. But nevertheless, the people of the Kalou are showing maturity in exercising their democratic rights, and they are calm, and we don't see any cause of alarm. But as to when anything contrary to what we expect happens, we'll be able to reach out.
Finally, we are expecting where will you be voting for?
You'll be voting at SC polling station at exactly 10. And I believe that will be a golden path to the vote.
Thank you very much. That was that just giving us an update on what he has observed so far in this election. Details
after the vote, they finish the process and they get back the business business. In the next few minutes, we'll be seeing the UDA candidate Samuel Mushina Nyaga coming here to vote. He's in stream the stream, and this should be
They should not just cast their letter. This is not a government that is it as ensure that we cast our vote. And the fact that we are fully about this, outside the polling station so that we don't have any form of ballot stacking or any kind of interference we just want to ensure that the democracy that we are fighting for all this time is actually saved.
Maybe last night, we incident last night where
Let's just record
How do you describe the exercise?
So far so good. We are glad that this is a bright morning and the people of Kalou have turned out in large numbers to come and exercise their democratic rights. And we want to say that we've had a very calm morning, no chaos. We expected a little bit of intimidation for our voters because last evening we had an incident in one of the villages, but we were able to calm the situation. We want to ask and encourage our voters, those who have not turned out, to come and cast their votes because this is a historic day. I want to remind Kenyans that the firstborn for UDA party was elected on 17th July 2021, and today marks exactly 5 years since UDA was born in Mount Kenya. And today we want to announce that we are going to perform their final rites 5 years down the line, because today is 16th July 2027, and therefore 2026 I mean, and therefore I believe that this is God's sent, and just encouraging our people. We already have the win. Let us cast our votes. Let us turn out in large numbers, and I believe that our country is going to emerge victorious.
Any issues with the process and what's going on? Are you satisfied with the IEB system?
A little bit of technical issues with the KIMS kits, but our team and the IBC team is, I think these are just normal problems that we encounter in any polling station. I want to encourage our people, however long it takes to be on that queue, please do it for the sake of our country. This is going to be a historic time when government has pumped in so much, bribed people, tried to subvert the will of the people, but behold, the sovereignty of the people, the power belongs to the people. Today we are going to see Goliath being taken down by a very humble David. And therefore, just to say that we are confident. We have not seen any incidents, save of government vehicles moving around without number plates. We have told the citizens that we will not allow any vehicle to move around without number plates. We want everybody to be identified. We want every police officer to have their badges and their force numbers displayed on their chests. We will not allow masqueraders. If you are an agent, put on don your badge. If you have ulterior motive, then we will be able to deal with that according to the law.
You had been very vocal about the deployment of security officers here as a party. Are you satisfied with the status of security, or you still feel that the deployment was excessive?
Even if they deployed the entire brigade of the police force, we are winning. So that will not derail us. And I think initially they had thought that if they over-deploy, they will be able to intimidate our people. But the people of Kalou have shown bravery in waking up in the morning and not being intimidated. And I'm just glad that it has started on well, and we hope the trajectory is maintained all through the day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Kuna nini kwenye mayaro jua?
Kwanza kabisa tusema kwamba tuko tayari na tumefurahia sana kwamba tumekuwa na peace in the morning, kwamba tunashuhudia kesi zote za fujo, kuhimiza tu wapiga kura wetu wajitokeze kwa wingi. Tuko na uhakika tumepata ushindi, lakini lazima tupige kura. Kuomba tu vijana wote ambao bado hawajafika mama waweze kujitokeza. Tuko na mikakati ya kutosha kuhakikisha kwamba tumeleta kila mtu, hata wale ambao wako katika mahospitali, wale ambao hawajiwezi kufika hapa. Tumeweza weka mikakati ya kutosha jinsi vile wanaenda kubebwa kutoka hospitalini kwa nyumba zao na kuhakikisha kwamba wamekuja kupiga kura, sababu hii kura ni ya maana sana. Kukumbusha tu wa Kenya kwamba UDA party ilizaliwa mwaka wa mbunge wa kwanza kuchaguliwa kule Kiambaa alichaguliwa mwaka wa 2021 tarehe 17 mwezi wa 7. Leo hii tunatimiza sasa miaka 5 tangu UDA izaliwe, itupatie mbunge wa kwanza. Na leo ningependa kutangaza kwamba leo ndio matanga ya UDA hapa, sababu sasa kandarasi ambayo walikuwa nayo na watu wa mlima sasa imeisha, na tunataka tufanye hiyo katika ile ballot ambayo tunaenda kucast leo. So ni kuomba tu kwamba security agencies waweze kuweka usalama, na hatuna shida. Ile hali tumeona tu kwamba magari mingi zinatembea bila number plates. Tumeambia watu wetu waweze tazama hizo magari vizuri, na tutaruhusu askari yoyote atembee kama hana badge. Badge yake ni lazima tujue ni nani, anafanya police station gani, so that anything happens to any citizen of Kalou, they'll be able to be accountable. Serikali tu walikuwa na wasiwasi mwingi kabisa kwamba kutakuwa na fujo, lakini tumeona kwamba hakuna fujo yoyote, na tungependa waweze hata polisi hao wakiwa 5,000, 20,000. Sisi ya maana ambayo tumekuja kufanya leo hapa ni kuhakikisha kwamba uchaguzi umefanywa kwa njia ya amani. Ni polisi wenyewe kupitia wale goons, unaona mara kwa mara wanakuja na goons, hao ndio uharibu amani. Tunatarajia kwamba leo hawataharibu amani yoyote, na tuhakikishe kwamba utaratibu umetendezwa na kura imepigwa kwa njia ya amani. Vile mitambo ya umeweza kupata malalamishi kutoka kwa technical kidogo tu. Tungependa tu kuomba wafuasi wetu wawe na subra. Kama kutakuwa na changamoto katika kit waweze ngoja. IBC iko na spare kit ambazo hata kama moja ifanyi nyingine inafanya, lakini hatujapata ile kit yote ambayo haifanyi so far. Tumetembea katika polling stations karibu 8 na zote zinaanza kwa usawa, na kuhimiza tu wananchi wajitokeze.
Well, no, good morning to you, coming to you. Well, no, good morning to you, coming to you live from the primary here in Kalou, where Lord Police have been witnessing early morning. We are present at this early polls. We let go of the DCP Secretary General Clemens Malala, who is stand by here to just check on the voting here, because remember that this particular contest has a total of 9 candidates. All of them are, of course, are presented by political parties. No independent candidate has been presented here. Remember that the DCP party had expressed apprehension about the heavy deployment of security apparatus, but let's just speak to him about how he has gone about and maybe just assess if the voting is not on the 20% of the moment. You are here for the primaries, where we are expecting that the candidates will be voting on the 26th.
Malala, and I'm the Deputy Party Leader. I'm not the Secretary General. But that said and done, I want to say that so far so good. We've been able to start the day in a calm way, a very peaceful way, and I want to congratulate the people of Kalou who have turned out in large numbers to come and exercise their democratic right. And just to add that those who haven't turned out and you're at home, kindly ensure that you come and cast your votes. We have put mechanisms to ensure that we mobilize all the citizens all the voters of Kalou to come and vote. We have liaised to the hospitals to be able to discharge some of the patients who can be able to be buried here, to come and vote. And also those who are physically challenged, many of them are in their homes and unable to come. We have mechanisms to ensure that they also come and participate in these vital exercises. We saw yesterday a little bit of intimidation by police officers in one or two villages, but we were able to calm the situation and just add that all the police officers who have been deployed in their respective workstations should ensure that they don their badges. We want them to be identified, we want them to be accountable of their actions, and we shall not be accepting any plainclothes officer roaming around our polling stations trying to intimidate our voters. But I want to state here that it is a historic day because I remember it is exactly 5 years when the UDA party was born in Kiamba. Kiamba, I remember the first UDA MP was elected on 17th July 2021. Today marks exactly 5 years. And behold, we are going to perform their final rites here by giving birth to the first ever member of parliament for the DCP party.
Maybe if you call it but I definitely got the years, you actually used to do as a secretary, but now they can cut the year. In terms of the Kensky, have you assessed and found out that the details are well captured and know what is disenfranchised?
A majority of the polling stations that we've visited this morning, I think so far so good. Apart from the speed, we have been experiencing a slow movement, but we want to urge our voters to be patient. This is your day. Make sure, however long it takes, make sure you cast your votes. Our candidate will be coming to vote, to cast his votes at exactly 9:30, and we want to believe that that's going to be a golden vote for the people of Kalou.
Thanks so much. All the best. Thank you, Carl. Let me just speak to some of the voters here who have been
So far, so good. We want to, first of all, congratulate the people of Kalou for turning out in large numbers. As you can see, we have witnessed an unprecedented, very historic moment in this constituency, whereby initially there was some insinuation of police intimidation, but the people have gone against the grain and woken up in high spirits to come and vote. As you can see, we have all cadre of people coming in. We have the elderly, we have the middle-aged, we have the young people, who have braved the morning dew just to come and demonstrate and exercise their democratic right. We have also seen that IBC were able to open up the polling stations in good time. All we want to urge our people is that the KIMS kit is a little bit slow, but just to urge IBC to make sure they rectify any technicalities that we are facing right now. But just to encourage our people of Kalou to stick to the line. However long it takes to be on that line, kindly do it for Kenyans, because these are moments whereby all Kenyans are going to witness how government has been pumping in resources against the law, against the code of conduct, electoral code of conduct. But I'm sure that the people of Kalou will disappoint them. We have had incidences last evening. We had some incidents whereby plain police officers were attacked a village, but we were able to calm that down and to report that everything is okay, save of vehicles, government vehicles moving around without number plates. We have asked our people that we will not allow any government vehicle or any vehicle whatsoever to move around without identification. The same applies to the police officers who have been deployed here today. We want all the police officers to be accountable of their actions, and therefore we'll be demanding that all police officers must ensure that they display their force number to the citizenry of Kalou. Otherwise, I want to say that from the pulse, the electoral pulse, I can confidently say that DCP is the party to watch. Of course, with a little bit attempt of competition from Jubilee Party, and then the rest can follow. Yeah.
Kufikia sasa una imani kuwa mchakato unaendelezwa kwa njia huru na haki?
Mimi naona so far so good. Tuna tatizo lolote, ni kuhimiza tu kwamba wale polisi waweze kujitambulisha, sababu tumeona kuna polisi wengine ambao wanatembea bila vitambulisho zao na bila uniform. Tungependa wavalie zile gwanda za polisi, sababu hatutaki kuona, hatujui kutofautisha kati ya polisi na gun. So tunataka tafadhali polisi wote, make sure you identify yourself. Hatujakuwa na fujo yoyote. Jana jioni kidogo tu ndio kuna watu walijaribu kwenda pale kwa kijiji fulani ambapo chief alikuwa anagawa mchele na maragwe, wakaweza kuleta fujo sana kule, lakini watu wetu waliweza kuhakikisha kwamba fujo hiyo imekuwa calm down, na watu wa Kalou ni watu wa amani. Tuko na uhakika tunaenda kuibuka washindi, na kusema tu kwamba hii itakuwa funzo kwa hii serikali ya kiimla.
Kuna mama moja amekaa kwenye line zaidi ya saa moja, anasema kwa foleni yao haisongi, mara kimsikiti imekataa. Ungesema kusema?
Ni ukweli, tumeangalia katika polling stations za kadha na sio zote. Utapata kwamba hiyo kimsikiti inaenda polepole, sio kwa sababu ya system yao, kwa sababu ya vidole za wamama wazee kidogo zinachukua muda kidogo kupata hiyo fingerprint. Lakini tumeongea na IBC, they'll be able to even provide a special KIMS kit for the elderly so that they do not line up for a very long time. Tungependa kuhimiza wamama wetu wazee, vijana, hata ikichukua muda gani, tafadhalini msichoke, msimame kwenye foleni, muhakikishe kwamba tumeweza piga kura jinsi vile katiba inasema. Asante. Thank you.
Yeah, Eric, so we've moved from a high altitude area and now we are at AC Primary School. AC Primary School gets the clout of being the largest polling station here in all Kalou because of the number of registered voters, more than 4,000 here, but across the entire constituency is 73,000 registered voters, more than that, because it was updated after the continuous voter registration. And now what is happening is that this has several streams and people are really showing up and turning up. It's a pivotal polling station because this is where the DCP candidate Sami Wawero will be casting his ballot sometime in the day, but the systems are all go. People are streaming in, people are voting. It's within all Kalou town, and this is one of the polling stations to watch because the voting here will kind of rather determine who will be the next MP elect just by the virtue of number of registered voters. But holistically, all Kalou has more than 73,000 voters. So people have turned up, people have showed up. We have been here just trying to follow up on what has been happening. But just to answer you on what you had mentioned earlier on what is happening, this is a school. In any given day, there would be learners here. But just like it happened in Emuru Adikir, today the Ministry of Education has gazetted no school here in all Kalou constituency to allow for IEBC to utilize these government schools so that they can carry out this voting process. I'm just going to be speaking with one of the voters who just stepped into the line. Karibu sana. Umejiamsha mapema, tuambie the kind of leader you expect to vote for.
Yes. Kwanza nimeshukuru sana, nimerauka mapema kukuja to come to do my civic duty. And what we are looking in all Kalou is a leader who is just going to give a service delivery. Sisi tumeachwa nyuma sana kimaendeleo, na it can't be that it is only when tuko na elections is when we can get good decent leaderships. So now tunatafuta maendeleo, na ndio tunasema lazima tuamke mapema, hata kama ni siku ya kazi tuamke tupige kura. Asante sana.
Yes. Let me try and see if I can speak with some of the voters in line. Habari yako, kiongozi wa aina gani unataka hapa hivi, na maendeleo gani?
Hapa tunataka kiongozi mwenye atatufanyia maendeleo mzuri, na ndio tumeamkia mapema, ndio tumeamkia mapema tumchague, alafu tena turudi manyumbani tukangojea matokeo pandra.
Let me just try and move in across the line. Habari zenu, umeamka kwa nini kwa kupiga kura asubuhi leo? Kati hivi mami, uko live.
Nimeamkia mapema kumchagua kiongozi ambaye atatuongoza na atakaya tuletea maendeleo katika hii all Kalou.
Maendeleo ni gani mami? Maendeleo gani unataka?
Kwa masomo, kwa masomo tunataka kiongozi atakaye tuangalia kwa pande ya basari.
Asante. Acha nijaribu. There seems to be kind of a scuffle. Keru just kind of zoom in and see that lady who's being grabbed. I think she's just walked out in a half from one of the polling station lines. This is really a very sensitive polling station. A lot is happening at the same time, and earlier on we had seen somebody jump the line, and guys were also telling the polling clerks to allow that person. Ironically, they had jumped the line and they had been told, the guys on the line were like, let them go in and vote. Right now also, I think she is being escorted once again. We will try to get to the bottom of what is happening, but that kind of shows you how this is like where it's all happening. Like this is the epicenter of this polling exercise here in all Kalou. But so far so good. There has not been any reports of incidences or incidents of violence or chaos, and people are just exercising their democratic right to vote. 9 candidates are listed on the IEBC ballot paper, and they are the ones these people here in all Kalou are voting for this morning. We were asking residents about what they expect from this process, and maybe I can just speak with one of the voters. Habari asubuhi ma'am.
Mzuri.
Umeamka mapema, tuambie tu umekuja kufanya, kiongozi gani mnatarajia atawaletea maendeleo gani hapa?
Kiongozi mwenye atasikia mawazo na fikira za watu.
Asante sana.